Hey everybody, welcome to Fit Tip Tuesday. Today I'm going to show you one adjustment that deals with all of the issues you may have when it comes to adjusting your pants pattern for a prominent tummy. I've been working with my original non-stretch jeans pattern, and I haven't sewn it together since 2013, and I will tell you that when I try my jeans on from 2013, I can pull them up and I can get them almost around, but I cannot zip up my zipper. And that's because most of my weight change since 2013 has ended up in my belly. So I tested this different way to do a prominent tummy adjustment, and I want to share it with you because it worked really, really well. And before I show you how to do it, I'm going to show you what my original pattern looks like now. The pink shaded areas here are the adjustment I'm going to show you to create room for your belly. But in addition to that, I've also raised the rise, because back in 2013, I liked a lower rise jeans, and now I want them to be up over my belly. So I raised my rise here, this white section. And I also added a little bit to the top, which I normally don't do, but that's another story. So basically, if you're going to raise your rise, raise it underneath your front pocket, because you'll notice when I added a little bit to it up here, I had to redraw my front pocket and then make sure the pocket bag pieces matched. So if you don't want to play with your pocket, it's better to raise your rise underneath the front pocket design. So I did that in addition to this prominent belly adjustment that I'm going to show you. So let me get I have a traced leg here. All right, so I'm going to show you how to do the adjustment on this front leg right here. And I'm just going to use my mini pattern weights to hold that down. All right, so I'm going to create a horizontal balance line, and I want to do it through the top part of the front crotch curve. Okay, so I'm just going to draw a guideline right here. Okay, and what I'm going to do is I am going to cut off the top of the pattern, basically. Okay, so let's cut this off. Okay, and now I'm going to be working with the top part of this pattern. So the next thing I'm going to do is I'm actually going to cut the pattern in half along my grain line in the front, and I'm creating a pivot point down at the cut edge. So I didn't cut completely down. You can see here it's still attached by a skinny little piece of paper, because I don't want to spread the very bottom of this adjustment. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to take a piece of paper and I'm going to put it underneath. Okay, and what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to tape one side down. So let's just secure this side, the center front side. Okay. And then I'm going to measure the amount I need to open. And I needed 1 inch. So I'm just going to mark 1 inch away from the spread that I've already taped. And then I'm going to close this until it's 1 inch. Okay, so let me just do that. Okay. All right. So I'm going to tape that down. Okay, so now you can see what's happened here. I'm going to tape the bottom edge of this adjusted piece down too, so you can see what the shape of that is. And this is why I think this is kind of a brilliant little adjustment for a prominent tummy, because I'm going to create a straight line connecting my original center front and my original side seam edges. Okay. So you can see what's happened here is, in addition to creating all of this extra room, I'm just going to hash it out so you can see this extra room here. Okay, I've also created extra room right here because when I tape the pattern piece back, it's going to give me um, that little bit of extra in the center of the pattern. And when I do tape it back, I don't want to change the length of my side seam because I don't want to involve that in this adjustment. So I'm going to bring that back so the cut edges match exactly. But at the center front, I'm going to drop down the crotch curve about 1/4 of an inch because the crotch curve in the front can be affected by a prominent tummy. So by adding this little bit of room right here, about 1/4 inch of extra length, that's going to give me a little bit more room so it's not snug. All right, so then all you have to do is finish taping this down, okay? And then there's one other thing that we need to do. All right, so I created this room, and I think let me just color it blue so you can really see what's happened. Okay, so I've added here, all the way up to here. Okay, so there's room for your tummy there. And then also I have this room, and I have it all the way through to the front crotch curve, okay? And then there's one more thing to do. If you have a prominent tummy, you want to make sure that the zipper seam allowance is straight going all the way up. You don't want it angling in away from the center front edge because technically when you zip up your pants, it's like a dart. Okay, so if the angle of your center front edge is angling in at the waist, that's going to create a dart, and what's going to happen is the sides of your pants are going to sort of push up a little bit because you've created an angle at your center front. And if you have a prominent tummy, then sometimes that causes wrinkles because the fabric has nowhere to go up and in. So I'm going to just straighten this out. And I also want to show you the amount of extra length that we added down here shows up over here. And so instead of trimming this off, I am just going to straighten it out from the adjustment to the center front edge. So I'm going to be adding a slight bit of length up here as well. Okay, so you can see I've added this in there. And also from here to here, there's a little bit of extra length. Okay, so that's why I really like this adjustment, because it's addressing needing room where your tummy is. It's also giving us extra length and a little bit extra length in the crotch curve. And I think that this is a really effective adjustment if you have a prominent tummy and you feel like everything's pulling there. And you could even be feeling the front crotch pulling a little bit. So by adding a tiny bit of extra length at the top of your front crotch curve, that can help ease all that off as well. So this is like my new favorite adjustment. So anyway, I hope you I hope you enjoyed this. If you have any questions or comments about adjusting your pattern for a prominent tummy, please let me know and I will help you. On Friday, I am going to be sharing the process of my non-stretch jeans that I'm working on. So I will have a good amount of it done. I just want to test to make sure the rise is in the right place. And then I will be cutting out my fabric. So I'm super excited about that. So I hope you join me on Friday at 1 o'clock Eastern Standard Time for another FabFit Friday. And I hope you have a lovely rest of your day, and I will see you again soon.